Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everything's been going well in your life. And just continue to pray each and every day. Never stop praying. Because praying is a key component and it's the way things change in our lives by continuous prayers. What I want to talk to you about today is the story of Jacob. When Jacob wrestled with God. And the question I have for you is, have you ever wrestled with God? Have you ever been doing things wrong or just looking out for yourself and just not really caring about those around you? You may have done it on purpose or you may have done it not so on purpose, but maybe it was a point in time in your life where you've been living that way and you was able to continue to move forward, continue to have plenty great things happen for you in your life, even though you were doing those things. Sort of like what Jacob did. Because if you look at Jacob's story, when Jacob was born, the first thing he did was he tricked his brother out of his birthright, basically stole his birthright. The next thing Jacob did was he stole his brother's blessing. And then the next thing Jacob did was he went to Liam and he tried to get over on Liam. But Liam also tricked him back by not giving him the daughter that he wanted right up front and making him work longer for the other daughter. And then he ended up tricking Liam again with the livestock. I mean, it just was thing after thing after thing that he kept doing. And then it got down to the point where he's about to meet his brother Esau. God told him to go back home. He's about to meet his brother Esau. And that night, before he got ready to meet Esau, is when the night he wrestled with God. And he wrestled with God all night until the break of day. And God told him, let me go. And Jacob said, I would not let you go until you bless me. Think about that. He said, I would not let you go until you bless me. Now, right here is where people kind of get a little confused about the story, I believe, because they don't understand what's going on in the story. Well, God told him, he asked him, what's your name? He said, my name is Jacob. And Jacob means heel grabber and deceiver. He said, my name is Jacob. And God said, your name is no longer Jacob, your name is Israel. And Israel means to walk with God, to wrestle with God. And during that time, also he went ahead and he touched Jacob's hip and dislocated his hip. And from that point on, Jacob walked with a limp for the rest of his life. And he changed the way Jacob walked. Changed his walk, changed his direction. And from now on, Jacob will always remember what that means to have his hip in that condition. He knows it's going to take him back to when he wrestled with God, and it changed his walk after that. So the question for me to you is, are you ready to change your life? Do you have a point in time where you wrestled with God, where you wanted to interfere with God's plan? Because that is exactly what Jacob did. He just kept interfering with God's plan. God had a plan how he wanted things to go, and Jacob took it upon himself to separate himself from God and do it the way he wanted to do it. And by him doing that, it cost him in the end. In order for him to get things back in order, he had to surrender. He had to hold on to God. He had to get close to God and hold on to him. He told God he would not let him go until he blessed him. Have you ever felt like you wanted to hold on to God now? That you now want to get closer to God and hold on to him so he will bless you? He changed his name, meaning he changed his identity. He changed him from being a deceiver and a heel grabber to being the one who wrestled with God and becoming out on the other side much better than he would have if he didn't do that. Is that you? Has your time come for you to change, you to become a better person? Are you ready to hold on to God so he will bless you and change your life and move you into a better direction? It's one thing to be called a Christian. It's one thing to say you're Christian, but it's a totally different thing to live as a Christian live, to walk the walk of a Christian. Are you ready to change the way you walk and walk the walk the way you should walk as a Christian? And that is very difficult for a lot of us to do. It's very hard. It's easy to say it, but it's hard to live it. And that's what mostly anything that we do in life, it's easy to say we are this thing, but to walk that thing out in real life is very, very difficult. So you ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready to walk with God? Are you ready to wrestle with God? And if he had to dislocate you, put you through some pain to get you to where he wants you to be, are you willing to withstand that pain to get there? That is the question you must ask yourself. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click like and leave a comment below if you ever had to wrestle with God. And until next time, y'all have a good rest of your day or night.